Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's Video Weblog. We are Sunday, December, the 6th, 2015, and, well, the elections were a huge letdown. I mean, obviously the National Front was going to be leading. I mean, it was pretty obvious that despite the fact that you're choosing a bad thing for your region, you had to tell to the executive, the powers that be, the president and the prime minister, that no, fuck off, boo, we don't like you. It's not the time to say that. You're not supposed to punish the regional instances, the regional people, the regional politics, just because, well, I mean, the guy who's in charge up there, he's doing some bad things, so obviously it's gonna have dire consequences where I live. I mean, when you voted for the mayor, did you vote because judging on what the president has done? Because that doesn't match, I mean, the first round, I voted for what I believed in, which is, I'm probably going to be the only one in my village who voted for the common communist, green, what else? There was the Oxten Party. They had a common ticket, and well, I voted for that. So yeah, I voted for that. The second round, I'm definitely going to vote socialist, because there's probably going to be a Union of the Left ticket, because while the ticket I voted for reached the 10%, which is the rate at which you can enter the second round, I think that for the better interest of the region, they're gonna merge with the socialist ticket, which is not a bad thing per se. I mean, it's already better than whatever dissension there already is in the right wing, where Sarkozy, I mean, there's no polite word to describe him. So yeah, I mean, he had been the president of his party before becoming president, and he was already pretty douchey, I will say. And I'm being kind. I'm being really kind. He was an annoying prick as a minister, and he was a huge inconvenience as a president. And then, now he's come back, he's the contest. And he said, no merger, no withdrawal, except he's going to have only the guys from his party on the ticket for the second round, because his allies from the center said that, well, I mean, we're probably going to say that the people who are in our party are going to vote for the ticket that has a better chance against the National Front. Maybe they're the Republicans, maybe they're the Socialists, who knows? I mean, there's 3 regions where the Socialists are leading. It's Brittany, Acton, and Corsica. So yeah, that's already better than nothing. I mean, in Brittany it would have been a big disappointment, because the dude who's at the head of the ticket, the socialist ticket, is I think he's the minister of the defense, I think. Oh, let's see. that looks like it. Yeah, yeah, he's the French Minister of Defense. So yeah, you can probably understand why that would have been a bad thing. Most of the places, where not most of the places, some places where the right wing has been properly wrecked, like here in the region where I live, people have already started coming out and saying, yeah, maybe that wasn't the right candidate. But hey, I mean, you're not voting for one candidate. You're voting for a ticket that covers the whole 2 regions now, the 5 departments of Languedoc-Roussillon, and how many departments there are in Midi-Pyrénées. I don't know. I mean, I probably will never know, because now those 2 regions have merged into one, and that's going to be quite a doozy, writing this little report on how you should probably put a better service for the trains between Toulouse and Montpellier, you know, because it's literally the main axis, it's the spine of the region, and your ads say, hey, save a little on fuel, take the train. How do you want to take the train when it's always full as shit and there are so few stations? How do you want to do that? So yeah, maybe I could find an internship there while saying, yeah, you're doing some bad job, let me help. I could, well, I mean, not being as douchey as that, you know, not being, oh, I'm the big confident student in geometrics, let me do this, I got this shit. No, it's, gotta be honest, gotta be humble. I'm gonna say, yeah, I be an intern, I might find a solution, who knows. I'm watching there because when I boarded the train, which arrived late because we had to wait half an hour in Narbonne because there was another train that was late, and they had to, and there was a connection in Narbonne, and I was like, well, shit, I guess I jinx every fucking train I get in. So yeah, I feared that I had a nosebleed because I wiped my nose, and on my knuckle there was a streak of blood, and I was like, well, I mean, that would have been awkward, having a nosebleed in the train and being like, well, that's nothing, it happens pretty much every time I'm sick. But let's not scare anyone, you know. Anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of pissed that, well, we don't like you, so we're gonna vote for the ones who are lying all the time and are huge xenophobic asshats, the National Front. Yeah, they are huge lying asshats and xenophobic. I mean, that's pretty much the name, National Front. They're the nationalists. They're not patriots. They're nationalists. They're here to disrupt the Republic. They want to close off the borders in a country where most of the regions have borders, whether it is a sea border, you know. Having a port gives you an interface. It gives you a connection with the rest of the world. So it's kind of a border, or land borders, you know, with Spain, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Italy, Andorra, Monaco. If you close these borders, we're gonna be in some deep shit. Not only on an economical standpoint, but also on, you know, pretty much every kind of aspect in our country, because the only regions that don't have a border are the ones in the middle of the country, and you see how well that goes for them. Sorry, you've been merged with Rhône-Alpes Auvergne. I'm really sorry that no one likes you. Oh, Limousin, you've been you've been merged with Aquitaine. That's really cool. That means that you were useless. I mean, that speaks volumes about the respect they have for Languedoc-Roussillon if they're merged with Midi-Pyrénées and give the region capital to Toulouse. So at any rate, yeah, this first round was voting for what you believe in. Second round would be, well, I don't like these, I don't like these. I mean, I kinda, I mean, they're kind of weird acquaintances. Like, I voted for them in 2012, and you know, for the president, and then for the MP, and then for the Euro MP, and then for the department. Well, I guess I'm stuck with that choice, huh? I'm talking about the socialists. They're not bad. I mean, in the region they have done lots of good things, even though, with all the respect I have for Georges Frêche, he was a master troll, but also kind of a prick when it comes to trains. And you know, trains are kind of a thing that I've learned to know a lot. I know a lot about the situation of trains in the region ever since they had been introduced, which is in the middle of the 19th century. Because Georges Frêche was always like, well, the big thing here is, you know, the big cities. And where are the big cities? On the seafront. So we're gonna put a lot of money in the railways that are between these cities, huh? And what for, you know, the rest, you know, in the hinterland? Well, fuck that. They removed the rails in something like 5 kilometer section between Quillan and I want to say Saint-Martin-Lys, though it could be Axat. I'm not sure. Does it go all the way to Saint-Martin-Lys? And that's kind of shitty because just imagine the freight traffic between Carcassonne and I don't know, Perpignan, that wouldn't have to transit via Narbonne, which is a terrible place to make your train go through because it's a three-pronged there's a three-pronged connection just ahead of Narbonne. But the station is oriented on the north-south axis, which means that for the and I experienced that for the train that comes from Spain and that has to go to Paris, you have to wait something like 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to see, you know, the engine go there, and then you see it going all the way past you, and then it comes back. Oh, it's there on the front. Well, I mean, when the train first left, it was in the back. So yeah, the freight traffic would be a great thing to do between Carcassonne and Perpignan and Spain, without having all that kind of shit to do in Narbonne, because freight trains sometimes they go during the day, and that's not cool, because there's a lot of traffic, and the main thing the railways are done for today is for the, you know, the people, not the merchandise, not the freight trains. So yeah, and that's why the new high-speed line, the high velocity maybe, railway line will be, actually it's done for the freight trains. But they sold it as, yeah, we're gonna do freight, but we're also gonna put the fucking TGV. Woo! You're gonna go fast between Montpellier and Spain, but there's literally no train that will do it in time for you to enjoy Barcelona or Madrid in the day, because the earliest train lives from Nice, and there's no high-speed line between Nice and fucking Avignon. Um, I don't like the National Front because yeah, we're gonna fight communitarism. No, you're not. You're promoting that. Most of your tickets are all white, and I mean, while we are in a white country, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a little bit of diversity. You know, that's pretty important nowadays. Yeah, I'm friends with an Arab person, so obviously I'm not racist. Yes, you are. You can be. That's not mutually exclusive. Lots of people have gay friends but are still homophobes. Homophobic, yeah, because I guess in English you can do a noun from an epithet. So yeah, there's that. What else could I talk about? Really? Yeah, they want to do so many things, you know, make our country great again. Have you heard that before? Because I sure have. It sounds like Donald Trump, and the only problem here is that Donald Trump is not a politician. They are politicians, the National Front. Nobody takes a TV personality seriously in politics, and most of them create their own parties that are like completely out there. You know, there was a porn star that once ran for president, and it was pretty big because it was a woman. So you know, we had Aled Laguier for like 30 years, and suddenly a porn star. Was a bit on the far right, so yeah. You know, I see the all the scores, and I'm like, no, please don't. Oh God, why 48% for the National Front? What are you smoking? Oh yeah, it's you know, it's because of the left in Languedoc-Roussillon, because see, 40%, they are doing 40% in the Midi-Pyrénées region, and I see lots of cities that are like, well, there's 40% to the National Front, and I guess you have to deal with that, huh? So, anyway, yeah, one thing that bothers me is that, and I don't really like it. It talks a lot about my psyche, I guess. Yesterday, or early today, this morning, I was listening to Lord Sun's remix of French Itai, which is the opening theme of Gakko Gurashi, also known as School Live. You cannot find it online anymore unless it has been mirrored on like YouTube or whatever. And I was like, well, the only regret I have about Gakko Gurashi is that I guess it wasn't fucked up enough. And I mean, that speaks volumes about my psyche. I mean, really, I'm so deep down the rabbit hole. You could make that metaphor, I guess. That the only way I could have enjoyed Gakko Gurashi is that it should have been maybe closer to the source material and be fucked up. Even though there were some moments that were more fucked up in the anime than in a manga. But as I said on 4chan, there was too many dog shenanigans and, you know, fan service moments, and not enough gazing into the abyss and the abyss gazing back unto thee. I don't know if that's the quote, if that's how the quote goes, but you get the gist of it, right? You know, it means that, well, that wasn't fucked up enough. I haven't been mentally scarred enough to really enjoy it. Haha. I mean, I guess, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. The previous recording totally fucked up around 10 minutes. I guess that it was because it was on my on the internal storage rather than on the SD card for some reason. So anyway, yeah, see you tomorrow. This is the last stretch before the end of the year, the holidays at the end of the year. You know, with pretty much the holidays, Christmas, all that. It's really funny that such a godless country, you know, France, with separation of church and state, we still celebrate. We still very much are into Christmas as a party, I guess. Well, I've seen lots of places in America that are like, well, we are not going to celebrate Christmas because, you know, we have to be kinda accepting, gonna have to accept other cultures. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you should alienate one culture, you know. I'm gonna be the advocate of I'm the devil's advocate. But yeah, I mean, if you had been celebrating it that way for a while, it sounds like you're doing too much to please the ego of some people, I guess. I mean, I'm not Christian at all. I like Christmas. I like gifts. I like my advent calendar for my favorite soccer club, which hasn't been able to win, and worse even, they drew with 2 goals that could be a little bit controversial. One because it was kind of a handball, and the second because the ball was definitely out before the cross. But you gotta have confidence, and you cross it like it's no one's business, and there's a goal, and nobody says anything until the end of the match, or I mean until they watch the replays if they are the announcers. But who cares about the announcers while the match is going on? That's why we haven't implemented video in soccer, huh? So yeah, there's that. I wanted to make a statement and say, yeah, I'm not gonna do videos that are longer than 15 minutes, and here we are, nearly 25 minutes. Woo, boy, that's I hate myself. I wanted to take one of my old plush toys, like one of my OG plush toys here, because I feel desperately alone, and I somehow haven't found the time to take it here, so this is going to be 2 long weeks. Goodbye. That was depressing too. That was ending on quite the depressing note. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't.